Hey, welcome back to Ask Mick the Mechanic. I'm Mick Cipolla. I own Courteous Car Care, and on this episode we're going to talk about getting your tow vehicle ready for your summer trips. Okay, so like I said, today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about our tow vehicle. Now, some of the items that we're going to check on the tow vehicle is the same thing we checked on our trailer. This, by the way, is an excellent tow vehicle. Looks like it's in fantastic condition, and it seems to be set up right for the job. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the tires themselves. Just like on our trailer, we need to make sure that it has the right air pressure. We need to make sure that the tires are in good condition and correct for the vehicle. So we're going to make sure that these are set up to where they should be, and how we can find out the information as far as if these tires are correct and with the correct air pressures is we go up here to the what's called the tire placard. Now, this placard right here is usually located here. Sometimes it's located on the door. Sometimes it's located in the glove box. But on this is the information as far as the recommended tire size, any optional tire sizes for that vehicle, as well as the load carrying capacities and the recommended tire pressures for long life on the tires, as well as no mishaps down the road. So we want to make sure that we're right at the maximum that they recommend. Now, on the side of the tire itself is also going to be a tire pressure rating as well. Unlike our trailer, we want to keep them at the maximum on our trailer, but on our tow vehicle, we don't need to keep them on the maximum because we're not going to need as much load carrying capacity. So kind of disregard what it says on the tire. Again, that's just how much weight that tire can carry, not the vehicle's manufactured recommended tire pressures. We want to make sure we go to this placard right here because this will tell us exactly what we need to know. Okay, one of the first things we're going to check out here is the brakes. Now, we all want to get to our destinations, but we also want to stop once we get there. So we're very fortunate with this vehicle. It has spoked wheels, so we can actually look right through the wheel itself, and we can get a pretty good idea what's going on with the brake system. Now, we can see that the pads are in good shape. The rotors themselves are in good shape, not too rusty. They look like they're relatively new, actually, so that's good. So we can safely say that the rear brakes look like they're in good shape. Now, we've already checked the other side, so we can be sure that we're in good shape back here. So I'm going to check the front brakes, and then I'm going to go under the hood. We're going to check some fluids, some filters, and make sure that mechanically the engine's in good shape. Okay, let's see what goodies await us under here. All right, well, you all know that there are certain fluids and filters and stuff we're supposed to check under the hood. So what we're going to do is we're going to check the, one is the serpentine belt. Serpentine belt is that wide, flat belt that runs the alternator, the air conditioner, the power steering. And when that belt goes, we all know that everything else goes with it. So we need to make sure that that's in good shape. It can't be oil soaked, it can't be cracked in any way. So if it is, make sure you replace it with a new one. Next thing is we need to make sure our coolant's in good shape. We need to make sure that our transmission fluid is in good shape. It has to be a nice color. Also the power steering fluid and the brake fluid as well. And we may need to make sure that we're keeping up on our oil changes. So we all know that those are very, 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 very important. Well, there's one more that a lot of people don't really look at too importantly, and that is the windshield washer fluid. It doesn't matter how good the engine runs, doesn't matter how easy it goes down the road and how easy it tows the trailer. If you can't see where you're going, it's worthless. So we need to make sure we have some good wiper blades. We need to make sure that the windshield washer squirter system works fine. And we don't have water in here, people, and we need to have actually blue water. The blue water actually has detergents in there and it keeps it nice and clean. We need to be able to see where we're going. So let's make sure that that's in good shape too. Again, I'm going to top off this fluid right here because after I just yelled at you for putting water in, I got to make sure I put blue water in it myself. And then we know for a fact that this tow vehicle up front is good to go. So let me just spill a little bit more on the ground here and we'll be good to go. Okay, well, we've checked all of our fluids and the fluids look good. We're going to check our air filter next, and we're going to do a complete oil change on this. Whenever you do a complete oil change, you make sure that all your lubrication points are in good shape. You make sure that all your hose clamps are tight. You make sure pretty much everything's in good condition. You want to make sure that no stone is left unturned because we don't want to be on the side of the road because we forgot to do something. So we're going to take care of that stuff right now, and then we're going to go to the back of the vehicle and make sure our trailer hitch is in good shape, and we're going to make sure the electrical wiring is protected and in good shape as well. So we'll check the stuff right now. Okay, the air filter looked good. We cleaned it out just a little bit, but he's probably going to be good for probably at least another oil change. So we're going to put this all back together again, and then we're going to go out back and we're going to check out that the trailer hitch system and make sure we're in good shape there. Okay, here we are at the back of our tow vehicle. We have two last things to check out. The first of the two is the hitch assembly itself. We want to make sure that it's properly installed. We want to make sure that the ball is the right size for the coupler on our trailer, because if this doesn't work properly, our trailer is most likely going to pass us on the highway, and we don't want that to happen. The last thing we're going to check here is our electrical connector itself. Okay, now our connector right here is an adapter from a 4 to a 5, 7, or a 9 pin. What we want to do is we want to put a little bit of dielectric compound on it, and we want to make sure that it keeps these pretty much as corrosion resistant as possible. Make sure you do all the connections here, as well as the connection underneath and the connection from the trailer itself. So that's pretty much about it. We know that the tow vehicle as well as the trailer is in good condition. Thank you for joining us here on this latest episode of Ask Mick the Mechanic. Remember to send in your questions to the website boomerbikeronline.com so I can answer them for you. Thanks again. Good to see you.